So yeah, there you go. So look, this is going to be mute. It's going to go, you know, it'll be fine in a couple of weeks. It'll be fixed, but it just shouldn't be released like that. I mean, it's not a me problem, is it? It's not a you problem either. It's a their problem. Really? $70? Come on, guys. But it's all down to this amazingly modeled, study level 3D cockpit that allows you to really fly the 737 in your own home.
Nevertheless, grave danger I fear in his training.
forward, and I'll have some odd random stream during the week, and I'll see you then, folks.
Yeah, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.
And we will certainly make some points with space station goodbye then, folks. See what happens. The sea is climbing all over the place. The water crashing at right, those buttons. It's time for us to sign off. I think she wants a treat. Do you want a treat at the box? Do you want a treat? Okay, just look at me until I actually get off the stage. Excellent, folks. Pleasure as always. You too. See you next time.
Greetings, everybody on YouTube and Twitch. How are you all doing? Hope you're all well. I hope you're all doing exceedingly well. The camera, I just noticed there, is a little bit bright. I think that camera's a little bit bright. So I got to change that. Welcome to the Friday stream. Thank God it's Friday. I hope you're all doing famously well. And I think everything's going well for you. And I've turned on the brightness there of my face, folks. There we go. That one too. There we go, folks. I hope you're all doing well. We're in Las Vegas. And we're going to fly to San Francisco and hopefully catch the morning fog. You know, because that's what we're after today. The morning fog in San Francisco. Okay, so evening FU2 Max. Greetings to you. I hope you're all great. Anyway, so let me get my windows organized here. We are in the Fenix Airbus, folks. We is indeed. And we're going to fly. Let's see what we can do with the way to learn one more thing. One thing a day. I did my first hold early on this morning, folks. I did. First hold was done. So let's have a look around Las Vegas first of all, shall we? I'm just going to reset the camera. Oops. I have to activate that screen there. Reset the camera. And this is very nice indeed. That's all the traffic. There's aircraft taxiing. There's one taking off there. There's one taking off. San Francisco is so... it's a great approach. I really enjoy coming to San Francisco. It's quite a... San Francisco we're going to, but Las Vegas is just incredible. They've spent some time on it. They certainly have. Let's speed up the camera a little bit. Just have a quick look around while people are joining in. Shall we? So if you just joined us, this is Microsoft Flight Simulator or World Simulator. Do you know, it could easily be in the future, you know, that have train simulators here and everything if they were playing their cards right. There is the strip, as they call it. I've not been here before. Look at the detail. That's pathetic. Pathetic detail. I've not been to San Francisco. David Copperfield. God. I always thought he was tacky. I'm sorry. I just think he's tacky. You know, magicians. So this is the strip here, which looks really good. That's amazing. It's got in all the individual shops and everything, folks. You know, M&M store, Coca-Cola, you know, Hard Rock Cafe. Oh, please. Tacky Land. Now, I hear that there's no point going to Las Vegas unless you're going to gamble. I ain't going to gamble. Okay? Because anyone who's worth their salt knows that the house wins. The statistics are against you. And anyone who goes gambling, you know, you got to watch out there. Do you know, they've done all the math. Look at that. They've done all the math. They got mathematicians in those casinos. You know, maybe you'll win a little bit. Do you know, I did go once for shits and giggles into a little casino. It was Chinese in Dublin. You and I like sauce, you know. And they're very professional. So I had blackjack. I said, okay, I'm going to put 20 bucks into this, just have a bit of fun, entertain the other person I was with. And I just won loads. So what I did was, here's my strategy. I won some money. So I put the $20 euros back in my pocket. So I had another 40. And I said, if I lose, I'll still come out. And, you know, I'll still come out. So what you do is, that's what you do. You put your money that you came in with back in your pocket. You don't touch that again. And if you lose the money you won, tough luck. That you stop then. Caesar's Palace. Lots of shows though. So anyway, they said, you know, there's no point going to you know, unless you're going to gamble. But I think there's more to do. I'm sorry, there's more to do. There's going to be shitloads to do. You know, I think anybody from Las Vegas will agree with me that there's a shitload to do. You know, an awful lot to do. It's an awfully complicated looking city with all the stuff. Look, circuses and look at that. I haven't visited the scenery for a while. And this is a Sobo. Is this a Sobo? I don't know if I paid for this. So it's quite impressive. I'd say there's lots to do. You know, besides debauchery. Do you know? It's, Las Vegas, folks. Anybody from Las Vegas here? Welcome on YouTube to Perpetual Omega. Perpetual Omega. Aidan Turton, how are you? How do you join the flight? Okay, Aidan. North European server. I go to Las Vegas. And you see Gripper Sim there on the asphalt. You can friend me on my on Flight Simulator. I'll accept it always. Just look for Gripper Sim. Also, I'm on Twitch, Gripper Sim, Instagram, Facebook, and Discord, most importantly. Because you meet everybody in Discord, and people are very helpful. You know, how do I start the A320? Here's a video. How do I start the 747? Here's a video. This is what you do. They've even modeled a golf course, folks. So that's the story, Adrian. Just go to San Francisco, but make sure it's a North European server. Do you know? Make sure it's a North European server, and you'll be happy. As Larry, I just see you there at the airport. Thank you, Perpetual. You said that. Tordorp Overbottom. Hello, we'll be joining you in a minute. Brilliant, happy days. And Adrian Turton as well says, first time on flight online, but my Xbox and he got cut off there. Great, well join us online. You know, we're all making mistakes. I'm learning. For those of you who, you know, are a bit intimidated by the whole flight simulator thing, don't be. I learned everything online. I just went online and I asked people what to do. I swear to God. Pretty much, you know. So let's get into the cockpit. Reset cam. Oh, good, activate the window there. Reset cam. There we go. Happy days. Do we have any other people taxiing and moving around? Not enough people taxiing. People are taking off, but I don't see any taxiing. You know? It's very early in the morning, mind you. There's one taking off there again. It's very early in the morning. He's taking off right after him. Or was that a go-around? I don't know. Right, let's get in the cockpit. Oh, there's a... there we go, folks. I got... we got a bing bing now. It doesn't display your name. I was trying to fix the sounds earlier on for ages. C. Toms has followed. Everybody sailor C. Toms. We've got loads of stuff going on. Super Trifon 17. Have we been raided there? We've been raided. Oh my God! Yes, big raid. The Flying Fabio. Oh no! The Flying Fabio knows what he's doing. I do not. I do not know what I'm doing. Thank you very much, Flying Fabio. What an honour. What an honour it is. So thank you very much, everybody. I hope I entertain you. Flying Fabio, how cool is that? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Flying Fabio is one of the people I'd like to meet because in this part of the world, I'll start up while I'm talking. He's just easy to deal with, I would say. You know, a lot of people when I was doing commercial training, not the big jets now, but on the little ones, the twins, they're all very angry. Flying Fabio, they're all very upset. And I don't know what it is about them. So training is tough in the UK, you know. So thank you everybody, and I can't name you all. Let's name you all, okay? Clark Modeler, welcome. SR22 driver, Hatchet C82, Flight Sim World as followed. Anthony D92, and I can't read this one. This is obviously a clever one. Penguins Matter or Macker or something. C. Toms and the Flying Fabio. Oh, the Flying Fabio. Of course, he rated us, you know. Thank you very much, Flying Fabio. How are you getting on? I hope you're well. Happy days. So, to fill you all in, if you don't know, I learned online how to fly the Airbus. Yep. I swear to God. I've been learning online and people have been helping me. I'm setting up my controls here. Flaps are up. I have the Thrustmaster A320 control for the throttles, and they're absolutely brilliant. You know, they really are cool because you need the detents in the Airbus. You really do. You certainly. Oh, thank you very much for the cheers and all sorts of stuff's happening here, folks. Oh my God, this is the most views I've ever had. I haven't had this many views ever. Thank you very much, folks. Where was I? Okay, controls and all that kind of stuff set up. Now, I followed the checklist, folks. I think it's an important kind of thing to be doing, you know. Park brakes on, wipers. I'm going to put the wipers on. So it's great to have you all here. Now, also, folks, I'm open up to any advice. There's the wipers. We want to make sure they're off before we start the batteries. Spoilers are disarmed and retracted. Engine masters are normal. There we go. That's normal. Oh, no. See? You see what I mean, folks, with the checklist. There's another one. Jeron. Oh, thank you, Cold Nebo, for the 100 bits. I really appreciate it. It says 200. Favorite YouTube series is Tilted Living Dream. Thank you very much. And it goes on. What is that? I don't know what that actually means there, but look, thank you very much for the 100 bits, my friend. Appreciate it. Where was I? Engine. So many people are watching. I'm getting a little bit shy. Okay, so engine mode selector is on normal. Thrust levers are retracted. Get the giggles. Flaps are retracted. Anti-skid, we need that for stopping purposes. There's the anti-skid. Landing gear is checked down, yeah, and fuel quantity is, we're going to worry about that when we start up the engines. I should have more than, no, I'll just have just about enough on a diversion, etc. Battery master 1 and 2. Now, there we go. We're off to the races. Battery master 1 and 2. I like to keep it steady unless I'm really slowing down. External power is available. I'll switch that on. Nice clink there. Strobe lights. So, folks, as I'm doing this, I'm on my 3rd week of the Airbus. 3rd week of the Airbus and ADRS now line. 3rd week, and the mission is, right, I can fly from A to B now with reasonable competence. I can do hold. I'm switching these off again because it'll load them up immediately. I don't have to wait. I'm flying with reasonable, just barely enough confidence to get from A to B, okay, which is working out quite well this week. And the mission is to fly it broken. I want to break the airplane. I want to have lots of failures and deal with it on the way. Diversions, you know, all sorts of crazy stuff. Now, when I started, I had more than enough crazy stuff to do because I didn't know how to fly the thing. And all sorts of funny things happen, including producer buttons. Producer buttons is it's stay tuned for producer buttons, folks. Right? Stay tuned because producer buttons, you can guess now. Always when I'm on final, usually I'm manual, I'm on final approach, she'll jump up on my arm and start going crazy. That's producer buttons. Producer buttons is a beagle, folks. And I have a beagle cam here. I have the camera and all that kind of stuff ready. Where are we going? Overhead. Good. We want the dome lights on. It just takes a while to brighten up this place, folks. You know, there's light switches everywhere. And it's just madness, really. Come on, why can't I just put them in one place? I know they're logically set out to where things and stuff are, but there we got it. We can brighten up the place a little bit, except here. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a reasonably straightforward flight. I'm going to go straight for the juggler here and go straight for the flight plan. That's after to say politeness. I want to go straight to the flight plan because this is where I had the difficulty. See, there's nothing there. Okay, so all you do is go to init. Now, I've showed everybody this in my previous streams. In SimBrief, you load your flight plan and it comes in here. And everyone was laughing at me because I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't join up. Join up, such terrible terminology. But we go 99 at the cost index because I got loads of money. You know, get there fast. We're leaving Las Vegas. I won a lot of cash. So, you know, that's what we're going to do. And the flight plan before, it said to go to 34,000 feet. So we're going to go to 34,000 feet. I'm going to have a look at the comments here now. I'll just put this in. I'm going to have a look at the comments because so many of you have joined. That temperature looks reasonable to me. So, let's go have a look at the comments here. I'm going to go back up a bit. Wow, look at all these first time chats. That is quite incredible. So 10 minutes until landing. Let's go. Yes, thank you very much. That's a very good name, 10 minutes until landing. Also, we have a Hatchet, C82. We've got the Log as well. Thank you very much. Let's go. Okay, we're on a rush here. Cold and Nebo, welcome to you. And I think I welcomed everyone there. I'm just reading what you're saying there. Let's go, let's go. Look at all these emojis you got, folks. That's really cool. SR2 driver, welcome to the chat. Incoming. The raid is completely Call Fork's fault. Oh, Call Fork, of course. Call Fork. Call Fork, hats off to you. That's from the Flying Fabio. Call Fork, I haven't seen you for a while. I was wondering where you were. Flying Fabio, thank you so much. Don't judge me, because this may or may not go very well. It has been going well. You know, it really has. Call Fork, great. Thank you very much, Call Fork. You're a star, actually. Call Fork, thank you so much. And on YouTube, you're wondering what's happening. So YouTube can't see any of those comments. Adrian Thornton. Okay, you're all good. Okay, you're saying evening. Great. Okay, so let's continue. Instrument display brightness. Okay, safety belt signs on. Now, yeah, here we go. Flight plan. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. We want, and luckily I've managed all this before the stream this time. Okay. So our departure is going to be 26 right. There we go. Boom. And the yeah, great, nice one. There it is. There's our standard departure. There's our SID. Happy days. Let's insert that. I take my time with this, folks. Okay, and I'll tell you why. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail is the answer in aviation. And I'm telling you, from the small airplanes, it's vital. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. It's so true, it's just not funny, you know. And you've seen me do it, and I've learned stuff going, oh, I rushed the checklist, you know. You see me doing all sorts of stuff, but it's great for me to learn. I like to make all my mistakes on the ground, and that's I'm very consistent with that, which is nice. Instrument display brightness safety belt. So that's the departure. Okay. Let's go to flight plan. We want to enter into San Francisco. We want to go to arrival, and my arrival in San Francisco is 28 right. 28 right. I like ILSs. They please me. To Deimos. It looks like to me. I know. Is it 05? Yes, there it is. Deimos 05. There we go. This is working out very well. No, I don't know about the trans. That's a knowledge gap. It's slight knowledge gap. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to plan mode. I'm going to zoom out just a tad. We're going to have a look at this whole flight plan to see if there's any discontinuities. Boop, boop. Oh, there's a big one there. What is that? Let's just delete that. That never happened. Yeah. Clear this, and what never happened. I'll fix it on the way. If it's going to take, we've got plenty of cruise time, so I'll fix that on the way. Okay, so let's keep going. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. So that looks very tidy. Not much of a turn into the ILS. That looks pretty cool, so I'm quite pleased with that, folks. I can tell you that right now. So that worked out very well. It's amazing what you can learn in a short amount of time. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Great, happy days. I'm pleased with that. Let's go back to 10 miles out and back to ARC. Back to our checklist. Safety belt signs, own. There we are. There we go. No smoking sign. It looks all very confident, folks, but I'm telling you, things are going to happen. Emergency exit signs. Boom. Annunciator lights. Test. Okay, so we can test the annunciator lights to make sure all the bulbs are working. I don't really... It's a bit of a pain because it's behind the dome light. There we go. We can test to make sure that all the lights are... all the bulbs are working. I've had that many times with the landing gear on a Seneca 2, I think it was. All the time. You put the gear down and the lights would never go green. We're always changing bulbs on the Seneca. It was very funny. One time it was particularly bad, and my instructor beside me, Annabelle, she was old school 747 pilot, and she was a little bit edgy, first time it happened. And I was a student, so I was sitting next to her. So she was coming in, we buzzed the car, had binoculars to see if the gear's down and all that kind of stuff. And so I was looking over at her going, I was thinking to myself, well, you can we're just going to have a bit of a smash. So I looked at her and I put the seat back, tightened my belt, and I said, well, you know, at the very least you lose your job. She wasn't impressed. She wasn't impressed. That's happened a few times actually. Every time something goes wrong, you have to have a little bit of fun, although it's not very fun at the time. Safety belts, slow smoking, silence, auto, emergency lights, I've done that. Annunciator lights, I always go back a few to check this when I get distracted. Annunciator lights, tested, good. Now let's do our mass and balance and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm going to go quick and then I'm going to look at the comments, folks, okay? Let's get all this, and when we're doing the backtrack, I'm going to start looking at the comments. Because I feel it takes a long time for a stream, but that's why you're here, I suppose, you know? Okay, so init page 1. That's all done. Cost index 99 because I'm loaded. Haha. Flight plan. I've checked the flight plan already, as you've seen. That's great. RadNav. RadNav is going to give us the ILS frequency in case we have to come back very suddenly. And that's another thing I need to. That's another information gap slightly. That I could do it, but not correctly. You know. So that's fine. Init page 2. Init page 2. Come on. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's over here. Zero fuel weight and center of gravity. So. Hit our fingerprint here. Come on. Go up here. So Fenix. Import for SimBrief. Import our flight plan. Dismiss. And if any of you know, if ever you want me to do the whole thing or explain anything to you, let me know on the chat. Okay. Now I know I missed some comments because there's a lot going on. Let's have a look at some of these latest comments. Call Fark 07, he says. Thank you so much, Carl Fark. I remember you very much. Very nice of you. And Fabio, of course. If you're still watching. I think he's gone off now. He's probably finished streaming. So I can relax. So I'm not being judged. I put the YouTube links on your must-watch video channel on your Discord. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, man, Code Nebo. I appreciate it. Living the Dream says... Cold Nebo. eWorld is with us again. I tried to explain already a few things to him. The Flying Fabio. Yes, you have eWorld. You've been very good. Try is the key. Yeah, okay, good. Nice. Great. Okay, so. Got a flight plan. Let's get the Q&H. Q&H is... oh, it's got the American kind of thing here going on. It's the American thing. With your inches of mercury. How retro of you to have inches of mercury. Now I've got to look it up. You know, KLAS. I know I can do this another way, but I'm just being lazy. 1033. Yeah, that would make sense. There, 103. No, let's just double check this here now. I'm using my phone. No, QNH is 1015. What did I read wrong there? QNH is 1015. 15. 1015. And 1015. Yep. I know I should be. I'm in America, you know, do as the Romans do. I know what you're thinking. What are you doing, Gripper Sim? Well, we can change it in the way. We'll have fun with that, actually, on the way. Okay, now where was I? Predicted wind shear, performance. Yeah, okay, so performance. Let's get our C of G's weight and get set to get the aircraft loaded up. Now, what's going on here? Oh. I want to load the aircraft. What the deuce is going on here? What? Let's reload that flight plan. That is a little bit disconcerting. Yes, reboard now, please. Please ensure the fuel units you are ordering match the aircraft setup. I thought it was pounds. Okay, maybe change that for America. Let's see if we get for that there. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I forgot I changed countries. Yeah, that's what happens. Good. 0 fuel is 61. I'm going to round it up. 61.2. 61.2. 61.2. And our C of G 31.2. 31.2. 31.2. 61.2, 31.2. Good. Boom. Fuel planning. We'll take what we're given. Takes a second or two. I gotta go straight to init page 2 here while we're doing this. No, do performance, sorry. There we go. V speeds and trim, so, and etc. We gotta come out of here. We gotta go into departure brief. And it's all done for us. In the old days, you had to do this. Well, I never did the V1 speeds because I'm not a jet jockey, but you got to calculate all this stuff, you know. And you got to be quick at it too, and you got to be right. We're taking off runway 26 right. Runway surface is dry. Flaps, I want to use one flap. Flap, no toga, no, because we've got a long runway. Anti-ice, good, 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 good. Takeoff right, let's calculate that. Very nice, very beautiful. Weather conditions, let's load that. Altimeter setting 2996. 299 or 6. 299 or 6. 299 or 6. 299 or 6. Just, why not? There we go. So we got both in there. Good. And calculate that. That's going to calculate our V speeds. G Cook Scotland says either I flew the Fenix for the first time in months. Or I flew the Fenix for the first time in months. Crashed the desktop 3 out of 4 times way through the flight. First crashed the desktop for months. Yeah, the only one I've had now is going to Dublin Airport. That's an issue, all right, fair enough. But yeah, you'll get there. Just make sure your NVIDIA drivers are updated, you know. And everything's updated. So 146, 146, 148. 146. Boom. 146. Boom. 148. 148. Boom. So we're going to be barreling down the runway. If we have a catastrophe or an engine failure before V1, we'll stop before 146 knots. After 146, we're going to keep flying and take the problem into the air. We're going to rotate at the same speed, which is great, and V2 is our takeoff safety speed, meaning we can operate with one engine in the air and have full rudder authority, etc., etc. You don't want that evil yaw killing us, you know. Flap set is 62, down 0.2. Down 0.2. 1. Down 0.2. Boom. Great, next phase, and that's all looked after. So happy days, that's all done. Predicted wind shear is to be own, although it's not modelled, I believe. The door is locked. Let's see if it opened there for Susie and Joanna. You know, because all the passengers were so hungover and lost all their money. They sold their tickets, you know. So we've no passengers, but we're flying there anyway. I've got all my gold in the back. Cockpit door lock. Yeah, right. Okay, let's lock the cockpit door. Okay, it's a silly comment. Silly comment. VOR ADF is set. That's all fine. We're using our ILS. MCDU altitude. So, transition is. Did I write that down? Did I write that down? No. The transition altitude is going to be Come on, flight plan, man. Where was the transition? Oh, do you know where we find the transition? We find it on Navigraph. You know? Good old Navigraph. Because we'll need it. KLAS. There we go. Approach. It doesn't really matter to give it. It's all the same. Transition altitude 18. Of course, it's America. God damn. Hot damn. I'm gonna put 18,000 feet. Just for shits and giggles. Now we're not using ATC here today, so it doesn't really bother me. 18. There we go. Speed heading. Everything else is going to be in managed mode. EFIS so actually miles have done that. Flight directors are both on. Onto 1, onto 2. Let's start up the APU and get a pushback, folks. APU master on. 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Boom. APU starter. Crew oxygen supply. We need that for breathing purposes when we go above 10,000 feet, isn't it? Or is it the masks? Is it the oxygen masks? You know, I would really want to take a swig out of this in the mornings. Probably all the time. You know, I would give myself loads there from both. I would most certainly partake in some oxygen taking. Fuel pumps on. We need that for sucking fuel from the wings into the engines. 1, onto 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Air conditioning. Not that it's modelled, except for the sounds. Maybe it's a bit about that. There we go. Navigation aids, navigation lights on. We're going to put the tail light on as well. Why not? If APU is started, start the APU bleed. APU is just kicking off here now. Let's have a look outside and have a listen to the APU. Any taxiing traffic? No. There's one. We stopped at the taxiway. Yeah. I thought it'd be very busy now in Las Vegas, you know. But that's not us. Yeah. There we go. I went to the wrong airplane there. That's not the first time I have done that. Everybody does it at least once. I've done it. When you first start flying on your single engine piston, you know, there's a ton of them parked out there, and your mum will go, oh, yeah, I'll meet you out there, do the walk around at Echo India Delta Golf X-ray. And you go out, you go, did he say Delta Golf X-ray or something else? And you're at the wrong, you're standing at the wrong airplane, do the walk around. Yeah, I've caught my students doing that many times, but I don't make them feel bad because, you know. APU master, oxygen supply, fuel pumps are on, air conditioning, navigation lights good. APU, let's get our external power off. You can disconnect the external power now. Beacon light on. We want to warn the people on the ground that we're going to move. We don't really want to kill anybody on the ground. That would be nice and polite. So let's be polite. Start pushback. Yeah, we got to get this pushback guy now to get going. So, I'm sorry, I didn't need to do that. Ground services. Get rid of those stupid cones. Get rid of the ground power unit. Call the tug. Now, I'd love to know how they actually call the tug. Is it a radio frequency? You know, I see them with their headsets when they're pushing back in the airlines when I'm sitting as a passenger. And there's a wire going from the headset. Is it direct plug-in or something? I don't know. You know, now, we got to think about this, folks, because we've got to think about where we're going to put the nose. Yeah. Now, I can get the charts out, or I can do it the easy way. Let's just say no local knowledge. Okay? Oh, good God, look at all the runways. What the deuce? You see, there's nothing here except gambling, and look how popular it is. It's just gambling. There's nothing else in Las Vegas. That's what it was built for. It was built for that, you know? It was absolutely built for gambling only and debauchery, which is a disgrace. It is an absolute disgrace. Do we go taxi all the way down here? Yeah, we're going to taxi all the way down here. There's some other people. So get all the way down here. So we are parked here. We want to go to parked here. Nose to the right and all the way down to the end. Okay. In fact, all we really need to do is go back. Park and brake off. Start. And we're on our way. Let's start engine number 2. Ignition on to start. APU bleed. With the APU bleed on? Negative. That's because I skipped the checklist. So I was looking outside. Engine number 2 coming up now. Engine number 2. There you go. It's kicking off. Engine number 2 is kicking off. And after that truck there, we'll put our nose a little bit to my right. Which is this way. No! It's the other way. Okay. Really nice. I have real world weather on. I'm going to double check that, folks, because it just looks too clear. And as you well know, those of you who watch me, I don't like nice clear weather. I want it to be raining. I want thunder. You know, I want the bad weather. It's coming in my part of the world here. Everything's live. Let's catch that fog in San Francisco, shall we? Let's disconnect the tug. Thank you very much, Mr. Tugman. And let's start on engine number 2. That's all starting up. Engine number 2 now. Boom. Very nice, very beautiful. And there goes the tug. And let's see who's with us, shall we? Let's see who's with us. We've got Tord theme. We've got, I can never pronounce it, Cello B. Red Cap 23 Sierra, Marvin Biggins, Lonely Reaper. Anyone else? No, usually it's very busy in the Sunday stream. It's very busy at the Sunday stream, folks. Now, I do stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 5 o'clock in the evening Irish time. And on Sundays, 2100 hours. I've been doing it in the morning so far. You know, I have been streaming in the mornings. But I think I'm going to change that, and I'll tell you why. Really for learning purposes, to be honest with you. Park and brake is off now, and let's get the checklist. Okay, before taxi transponder is set to standby. Probe window heat, we want that, that's on auto anyway. Spoilers, let's arm the spoilers for the reject takeoff. And let's arm the auto brake to max for reject takeoff. Flaps, flaps 1 as required. There we go. And I'm going to get my cameras ready for the controls so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Boom and boom. That's producer buttons cam, but unfortunately producer buttons cam is showing nothing because producer buttons is outside chasing rabbits. She'll come in now shortly and you'll see the mayhem that breaks loose. Anti-ice, that's fine. We won't be needing that. Auto brake is done. Nose light to taxi. Normally you'd be doing this when you're moving, no? Nose light to taxi. And we turn off lights. On. Park and brake off. Weather radar on. So we put the weather radar on. I would only imagine you could, you know, fry somebody, no? Chrono start. There you go. Takeoff config to press. My checklist doesn't have the constraints at the minute, which is odd. Takeoff memo is all good, and then we can taxi now. So let's taxi. Park and brake off, and let's rock and roll, folks. Adding a little bit of power. Lead on the pedals. And we've got a fair amount of taxi now. For shits and giggles, let's see what they give us for a westerly departure. We're going to depart to the west, yeah? Grip us some taxi and hold short runway 26 right using taxiway. Now I just want to have a look, write this down here just for shits and giggles because this is a mystery to me. We're going to taxi 26 right using taxi Bravo 6 Charlie Bravo. Contact turn 119.9 when ready. Okay, fine. So where's that going to bring us? I don't know, where at? No signs here. Where's all the signs? Bravo 6, what's that? Bravo 7. So that means Bravo 6 is down here. I'm going to take a risk and go down this way. That would make sense to be going down that way because people are going to be moving back. I'm going to go this way. I'm just disobeying a direct order. Okay, good. Let's move along here and get out of here. I don't want to miss that fog. It's getting very late now. I'm going to take a left here. Let's see if you can see any signage. Well, that's Bravo 6. Great. Bravo 6 Charlie. I'm on Charlie. Oh no, hang on. Bravo 6. I think. Let's go this way anyway. Doesn't matter. We're not on, you know, we're not on air traffic control or anything like that. Let's go easy there on the throttles. There we go, folks. Let's get some eye candy in whilst we can. There's 2-3 Sierra behind us. Third team, Lonely Reaper, Globy, and Redcap. Good stuff. Good stuff. I was hoping to get the King Air ready for the weekend. Bravo. No, that's Bravo 5. I think Bravo 6 is over. We're on Bravo 5 now. 6 maybe is down further, I don't know. I haven't looked at the charts. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at our old friend Navigraph, shall we? Let's have a look at taxi. Boom, 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 boom. No, 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 no. Oh, I should have gone Bravo 6 down here and then cut across. Okay. Alright. Alright. Let's not panic. That's what I'm guessing. Bravo 6. I should have come down here. Well, that would make more sense. That's what I was looking at. I was hoping for that. Anyway, look, we're going to get there. It's not that hard. It's the end of down here. Let's change our taxiway here. So that's the big mystery for me now at the moment. And these big international airports, I think a little bit of study. I'd say real pilots coming down here are going to know the they're going to study the taxiways. They're going to have an idea. They're going to have the chart out in front of them. They're going to know what stand they are in, and it just takes a little bit of practice, is all, you know. But I haven't done any of that. Charlie Bravo. Bravo 226 right. So grand. Okay, good. Let's accelerate a little bit. Is there anything I should be doing here now while I'm taxiing? I think I did it there. I could have done... It's such a long taxi. I kind of could have done this on the way, couldn't I? So if it's a long taxi, auto, I'm turn off lights. Yeah. That's all good. All good. Let's have a look at the comments while we're taxing. Always something to do. No more new comments on Twitch there. And YouTube? Oh yeah, we got some on YouTube. Adrian Thornton. Oh, you're talking about your Xbox there. I read that already. Mike on YouTube. Evening. Perpetual Amiga. What is your Discord link, Ripper? Oh, it is there. Clappy D put it down there. Thank you, Clappy D. You're a moderator there. Did you get that, Perpetual Amiga? I'm going to put it on the Twitch here as well, if someone hasn't already. Everyone, I think it's every flight simulator channel. Everyone's very clever and very respectable and very, you know, they have manners. You know, it's not like a gaming channel or something like that. This is a simulation, whether you like it or not. It's a home simulator, I grant you that, but it is a simulator. It's not really a game, but it can be a game if you want it to be, most certainly. But I think it's a simulator, and moreover, actually, it's a hobby. It is a hobby. It's definitely a hobby. You know, it really is. And it's very good for you, I think, to be learning new things every day, especially when you get older. You know, So there you go. So there's the Discord there. Do pop on the Discord there, folks, if you're curious about the madness. And we're all good. What else have we got there? Sorry, more links on YouTube. How much was that? APU Master off, says James Waters. Do you know what, James? Do you know what? You know what, James? You are a star. I keep doing that, and that point to the checklist, it says there, APU Master off, APU Bleed off. You know, and the APU Bleed is still on. Well done. Thank you very much, James Waters. Nice one. Adrian Turton says, thank you. Thank you. I am hold over the airport. Oh, you're holding over the airport. Great. There's someone trying to beat me to it. Turn off here, maybe. Let's read some of these signs here. 28 right and left. 28 right off 2. Oh, I can go here. I go in ahead of Marvin Biggins, which goes against my nature not to use the entirety of the airfield. You know, use the whole every bit you can get. You know, even if you don't need it, it's for when the shit hits the fan, isn't it? You know. Look at all that left behind me. That makes a difference between getting over the hedge and not on the small airplanes. You know, use the whole runway. But I just wanna. It's a flight sim, and we're flying an Airbus. I'm gonna take off to flex. Let's put on our. Now, I'm not gonna do this and taxi at the same time, because you know what happens. I end up in the grass. So we're going to assume hold and wait for wake turbulence. There we go. Let's hold and wait as we've been told. Yep, landing lights on. Nose light to take off. Let's get the checklist out here for takeoff. Nose light, landing light, TCAS and transponder. TCAS, transponder. Transponder, auto brake takeoff config. Auto brake takeoff config is something else. Yes, there is. Quick brief. So we're going to take off, and if we pass, what was it, 146 V1, we're going to continue at the flight. Beforehand, we're going to stop. I'm going to take off at flex. At 1500 feet, I'm going to take the throttles back to climb to tent, and then off we go. That's it. Anything else I keep forgetting? Nope. 18,000 feet is the transition. Let's rock and roll, folks. So, at 40%, I think. Yeah, just to make sure the engines are stable. You know, and off we go. Take off to flex, nice and smooth. There we go. No warnings. Off we go. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can read the instruments there. Let's declutter for eye candy purposes. A little bit. Bugger all headwind. Should push them forward the stick there a little bit. Very nice. There's 100 knots. I'll relax the back pressure on the stick a little bit, I'm guessing. Let's get rid of that nasty mouse. 120 knots now. 140. On the centre line. I did this the other day, nothing happened when I applied back pressure. V1, rotate. Nothing happened. Nothing happened, I swear to God, I went to the end of the runway. I think it was a bug. 50 degrees, positive rate, gear up. Come on, follow the flight director. There we go. Very nice. Let's take our time. A little is more on the old control. I'm not using the side stick. Doesn't matter to me, right or left. On the side stick. We want to accelerate a little bit. So we're going to leave it till about 180 knots before we take the flaps up. Nose light off. That's off. Let's turn a little bit. Oh, getting a bit slow there. I didn't like that. You see, because I stopped looking. I stopped what I was doing. Here's up. I'm waiting for the flaps now. Spoilers disarm. Auto brake off. Auto brake off. Thank you. Thrust is set to climb now. A little bit late. Jeez. Okay, that was close. No cigar. Close though. Close. Let's check that its thrust is set to climb. That's very important, otherwise everything's going to go awry on you. It's not set to climb. That's why I bought these controls, the Thrustmaster Airbus controls. It's because, you know, it's going to be so fidgety with anything else, isn't it? Because there's no detents, it's physical detents of this one, which is great. Let's stick the autopilot on. Feed off the rudder pedals. Autopilot's on and active. We've got thrust climb, happy days. Who's that? Remember my lights off. Okay, climb, barometric pressure. We're going to wait for 18,000 feet. Above 10,000, call signs off. Okay, got it. Okay. There must be something else I gotta do here. If I forgot something, there must be something I forgot. Besides the flaps. Okay, there we go, past 180. Flaps up. So good. And it's now really I should be doing the after takeoff. What was that sound? That sounded like the flaps went down again. Okay. 6,400 feet. Damn it, I forgot to get the outside picture. There we go. Leaving the runway. Bye bye, Las Vegas. Candy and Shoshana. Nice to meet you. Yep. Let's get rid of some of those cameras off. Very nice. Back to the comments. Let me just double check here. And that. Okay, great. So we get a nice bit of a climb. We've got a way to go. That went well. That went well, I think, folks. You know, not too bad. If anyone has any questions, now's your time. Type it in. So we're going to go over the mountains to San Francisco. I wonder will we catch any fog. We'll see. I don't know. I could tell you right now if there's fog in San Francisco, and if the flight simulators actually... Whoa, there goes someone frightening the passengers in the Learjet. Microsoft Flight Simulator has been loading the weather a few times this week. I have the live weather activated, but it is, you know, Las Vegas. It's going to be very dry with no moisture, so that's the thing. Let's have a look here. Now, San Francisco weather. I'm using my phone. I use an app called Aero Weather, one word. It's a blue icon with kind of a wind vane on it. I use that for the real world flying, and it's very it's golden. It's so handy. We used to have them printed out or faxed to us, actually. I know. Yeah. KLAS. Good. No, that's bloody. We're not going there. We want KSO. KF. San Francisco. Oh, brilliant. Okay. What I'm reading here is, okay, level of 10,000 feet there, and that is a constraint. Landing lights off, seatbelt signs on. Get up now and go to the toilet. Where are you? Oops, there we go. 10,000 feet. There we go. 11,000 feet. Where did it stop? Oh, well, of course I had it at my 18. Oh no. What is that restraint? 11,000 feet we stopped at. Oh, we're at 11. Sorry, I didn't read it right. Oh God. Now we're going to start climbing up. Let's get that rose up a little bigger now. There we go. Don't you just love the Airbus? You know? Don't you just love the Airbus, folks? So the weather in San Francisco is issued the 14th at 15:56 Zulu, very specific time. The wind is 0,000 knot. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Few clouds, 2,000 feet overcast at... well, that does make sense. So we're going to have fog because if there's no wind in San Francisco, the fog ain't going to go anywhere, is it? So there's no wind at all. Few at 200 feet, overcast at 500 feet. Temperature's 13 and dew point is 12. Now, when they're close together, you know it's going to be fog if the temperature dew point is close. So it's pretty hairy, and it's due to improve. Yeah, later on as it does during the day, isn't it? In San Francisco, it's always quite foggy in the morning. Let's get some eye candy action here. Let's get some real estate. I'm just going to get rid of my face temporarily, and I'll be back shortly. There we go, eye candy. The time there, it gives us total time. I have time to go 47 minutes. Really? Well, it depends. It's going to shorten now when we level off, and we're going to be going faster, aren't we? And I've got 99 on the index, so let's see how many miles we have to go. So I'm going to go to flight plan here. We've got 316 miles to go. That's loads of time. Let's go back to our eye candy. There we go. Very nice. Now I can pay some attention to the comments, folks. Let's get another angle here. It's just incredible. I just still can't get over. I still can't get over the graphics all over the world. They've mapped the entire planet, you know? It's bizarre. I'm looking forward, as is Colonel Clink. Colonel Clink joins us Sundays. I'm looking forward to the ATR that's going to come out at some point. That will be fun. There is a version of the A320 out. I flew that a while ago, many months ago. I wonder has it improved, you know? I wonder has it improved. Oh, we've got lots of followers today, folks. Thank you so much if you're still with us. Flying Fabio. Wow, I didn't think that would be happening today. So Flying Fabio's in America, isn't he? So it's early in the morning. Hey Siri, what time is it in New York? I know it's 5 miles, 5 hours behind, but I'm just lazy. It's lunchtime. San Francisco's 8 hours behind, so there you go. So folks, my schedule. I know I'm just reminding everybody. I'm taking number 1. I'm doing other stuff with streaming as well, right? But I'm streaming in the morning at the minute at 11 o'clock in the morning Irish time. This is all Irish time. And 5 o'clock in the evening Irish time. So I've been doing that for the last 3 weeks now. This is at the end of the 3rd week flying the Airbus. And I need time to learn more now at this point. And I'm thinking of doing something different, because a lot of these channels, you know, Flight Sim's great, but some other very intelligent kind of simulator or something like that. I've been listening to suggestions, but what my point is, 18,000, let's say we're cleared here up to our altitude of, what was it, 30, is it 34? 35 is the, yeah, 34,000 feet. So let's go up to 34,000 feet and let's get standard here. Very, okay, we're on standard and we're climbing. Good. So here's the crux of it. I may pause. Right? I will pause the morning streams. So in the mornings, when I have that time, I can learn more about the Airbus. Right? Because the goal here, for me, is to be able to go in here. Let's see if I can find it again. And create some... No, it's not there. Failures. Create some failures. Okay, we got. I don't know why it keeps coming up with these. That's because I switched it off and on again, I think. Where is it? Oopsie do. Maintenance. No. Config. I do some failures, you know? But first I have to learn all the abnormal checklists. You know, I gotta learn how to do the taxiways. But anyway, that's the goal. So I can have random failures and crazy stuff, engine failures after takeoff and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And do it reasonably like they would in the real world. So that's the goal. So I need the time to do a bit of learning. But I'll keep the 5 in the evening clock, the 5 in the evening streams going probably a little bit longer. Do you know, I might do 2 legs. So you know, I might do 2 legs in flight sim in the evenings. And then when I get myself sorted, because I want to do the 747 as well. Where are you? Nice cap. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So there's not a lot of viewers in the morning anyway, so no one's really complained about it. But they'll still go up to YouTube, so you can rewatch them, and you can rewatch them on Twitch. I think it's about 2 or 3 weeks later. You know, so that's what the plan is. I've gotten reasonably far with the Airbus with regards to, you know, I can do hold now. I haven't done any go-arounds or anything like that, but that's the plan. So let me know what you think. A few more shots there. Let's go to YouTube first. Lonely Reaper Systems, looking forward to this flight. Good. So Goog Scotland earlier was saying, I flew the Fenix for the first time in months. Crashed the desktop. Yeah, crashed the desktop. I had the problem coming into Dublin, so I don't know. Just make sure your NVIDIA drivers are updated and everything's updated. That's the first thing I'd say. You know? Glebe, Gabe, Gabe says one thing I have settled for you are going to do the dedicated beginner's guide to flying the Airbus. Are you going to do a dedicated beginner's guide to flying the Airbus? Not a bad idea. Producer Buttons is back, folks. Causing havoc. I got the buttons down here. Buttons. So she's trying to get my attention here. I have to put him off chair there because she. Oh, you can have it. You can have it. What used to happen, what did happen up to yesterday was, now the camera's very dark, I'll fix that for you all, folks. It doesn't matter, you can see my face. What Buttons does is she wants stuff and things, and she's learned. Effectively, what happened was I have all my USB-B cables behind my rudder pedals. So in front of me is the TV and all my gear, right? All this stuff. Let me show you. All this stuff, right? There's all the stuff there, stuff and things. Mics and TVs and buttons, and switches and controls and stuff. And you see the little wicker table there? That wasn't there before. And all the cables are on top of that. Okay? They're all on the floor. And Producer Buttons learnt that if she went behind there, she would get a little snack. Because it's the only way I could get her out. So I had to jump off my chair and get her a treat. But the thing is, she'd step in a cable and it would disconnect. Like the throttles one day was on final, disconnect the throttles, and I'm going, oh, the mouse wouldn't work and all that kind of stuff. So what's going on with the camera? So I fixed that. But yeah, still on finals. She'll jump up. She'll jump up. I go crazy. So it's a little bit of entertainment, I'm presuming, for all. You know, you ripped that box to pieces, Producer Buttons. You're doing a great job there. Well done. Are we at top of climb yet? I don't know. Well done, Producer Buttons. You keep going there. She does love getting my checklist as well. She loves chewing the checklist, folks. Loves it. We've got the Flying Fabio raided you with a party of 170. Oh, that was earlier on. I was going, once you do it, raid me again. That was. Al for... Forgive me. I'm going to call you Al from now on, okay? Alfred Chubb. I know that's a very clever acronym for something. But thank you very much for following. I appreciate it. Producer Butts is destroying everything. It's Alfie. Yes, now I see it. Sorry, Alfie Richie. Alfie Rich B. Thank you, Alfie, for correcting me. I appreciate it. And welcome to the channel, Alfie. And all of you who've just joined, I'm delighted to have you. And I'm delighted you think it's worthwhile by following. That's great news. You know, that's fantastic. So the more I learn, it's an odd one, right? It's a long road to perfection. Right? You never achieve perfection, incidentally. It's not achievable. But that's the goal. You know, just be really... And it's completely pointless. You know, sometimes. Some people like throwing, you know, balls in a weird way, or doing something with pencils, or drawing, or... Well, drawing isn't pointless, but you know what I mean. Perfection in anything. You know, baseball, you know, anything like that. There's our top of climb here. Do you see that, Lara? Here, Kenko. Or Keno. So that's the goal here, is to get the Airbus mastered. Then I'm going to kick off the 737 a little bit. And happy days. Do you want to say hello? But just is that what the issue is? Is it? What time is it? If it's 8 o'clock, that means I have to give the producer some... 18:11. It's too early for that little thing. I'm going to give her a little snack. So this is what happens, you know. This is the thing. She loves this checklist. I gotta keep it away from her. She's getting all waggy there. You can't see the tail. All right, there, producer Buttons. You're all good. Are you happy with showing all that stuff up on the floor? Do you want to rip something else up? No? You can't see her eyes, but it's the cuteness. The cuteness, it's a Jedi mind trick she uses. It's the cuteness. Cuteness Jedi mind trick. I know what she wants. I know it. You know it. We all know it. There's the TCAS there. There's the guys flying around. 30,000 feet now. 4,000 feet to go. We're flying along. Let's have a look here at our performance. Our program. Optimal 35,000 feet it says here, but we'll stick it at 34. Let's have a look at our ground speed and our winds. We've got a bit of a tailwind. Only 29 knots up here, really? Is that it? Oh, there you go. So not much of a tailwind. Winds from 107. 500 kilometers, 499 knots is our ground speed. Let's have a look at the comments there again. Does the weather radar work at the Fenix? That's from 08Z. Now I know that's another very cute name that you've come up with, and I can't. You can tell me how to pronounce it. Does the weather radar work? No, not yet. No, the weather radar does not work yet in the Fenix, but it will do. The train radar works fine. And speaking of which, I might pop it on this guy here. The way in. Alfie likes my dog. Yes, it's a beagle. Producer Buttons runs the show. She runs the show, makes sure I pay my bills in time and all that kind of stuff. See there, she wants to get behind the cables now. Do you see that, what the wicker thing is behind her? That's where she would go now if I didn't have that there. So I had to lift all the cables off the floor and put them on top of the table. And it was really distracting because I had to keep getting the dog and gently pushing her away. But now she can't get under there. So you're snookered, Producer Buttons, aren't you? So it's just a beagle. It's a cute little dog, aren't you? So yeah, that's Producer. Little dog. Happy days. Another flight plane says, when you land, do you use much rudder or just the side stick? I keep veering off the runway. Ah, yes, I get you. I know where you are. So I think I'm overcompensating somewhere. Okay, flight planes. I was looking this up and I watched a real Airbus pilot fly the whole stream, and he's going, "Oh, these rudders, they're a little bit off. It's not like the real thing." And I was relieved because I came off the runway and hit some lights, I think, on 1 or 2 streams. It's oversensitive. So what I would suggest is, and I know this for a fact, right? I did go to a simulator, a commercial real one, for training in Southampton in England, and I was coming to land and I put in a little bit of rudder, just a little bit of rudder. This is quite some years ago now, and the airplane was all over the shop, and I knew straight away, Jesus, I'm going to keep my feet off those rudders. It was all over the shop. This is on approach, so you don't touch the rudders. Anyway, don't use the rudders on approach, first of all. Now, I don't teach people much. I'm a flight instructor, so I don't teach students the rudders really, and I tell them don't use it when you're going for your commercial training and stuff, because it is very sensitive. But the sim, you're correct, the sim is overly sensitive with the rudders. It's not right, in other words. They're going to fix it, but it's not right in the sim. So your instinct is correct there, flight planes. Look, she just wants to get in there. She can't. Can you, little buttons? No, you cannot. So yeah. Also, in Southampton, I learned that keep it as straight as you can on the runway. Now, I'm thinking, this is a guess, okay? This is a guess. If one of you are on that know about this and have actually flown one, let me know, because I'm all open to suggestions, folks, because I'm learning, right? Even if you're crabbing, don't you really put in a rudder? Oh, this is what happens. This is where we are now. This is rather now than I'm fine. Listen to buttons. So, oh, you got to see that face. Can you see the face? Can you see? Here, buttons. Look up here. Look over here. This is. I like quieting her down. So yeah, you're fine there with the rudder. So it's not you. I'm gonna have to go and get her a treat. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go and get producer Buttons a treat. Do you want a treat? She knows what she's doing. She knows that I'm an easy target. So I put the camera there when I'm gonna give it the treat. She knows I'm an easy target, and it's tough. It ain't easy. So now that we're all good and we're in the cruise, I can hop out. I'll only be like 8 seconds though. I'll only be 8 seconds. So I'll read the rest of the comments then, because it's just not gonna stop. Okay, we go. Fantastic job before, come on, let's go and get your treat. Bring treat. Come on. Stop destroying everything when I'm streaming after this, okay? There we go. Right. Oh, there we go. Oh, I dropped the treat. I dropped the treat and it's gone under the table where the cables are. Autopilot disconnected. Oh, Buttons, come here. Come here, I'll get it for you. Come back. Wait. Okay. Good job. Here, I'll have it here, look. Oh my god. Now, producer Buttons. There you go. It's not going to end. It'll never end. I dropped a treat onto the table. Just going mad to get at it. Oh dear. Okay. this is what happens. You know, I could be 96 miles now and going, oh my god! You know, that's it now. Buttons, it's all gone. Here, it's all gone. It's all gone. Okay, 208 miles to go. It's actually very warm in here as well. Fun stuff's coming up now. The approach is going to start very shortly, folks. Just what's the back place? Back up. Thank you. Now we're back to normal. In some sort of fashion. Let's get the cameras off here for the moment. I'll leave the camera there for your entertainment purposes so you can see what's going on behind. Good. Now, let's get back to the flying. So, the last few comments there. Yeah, Lord Overbottom, as I understand it, you lean into the wind when crabbing and kick the rudder just before touchdown. Is that right? Yes. So in effect, coming down this way in my hand is the airplane. That's the nose. Okay. So the wind's coming from this direction here. So you want to crab into the wind, so you're not blown off the side of the runway. But when you land, you straighten the aircraft with the rudder, but that's going to blow you off. That's going to blow you off the runway. So you put wing into wind. So you land on one wheel. That's a smaller aircraft. I'm not too sure about the big jets. If you just take it, just land sideways and it straightens up automatically. You know, I can't confirm that for you. I'm not too sure. You know, but in this, in the smaller aircraft, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely correct. Spot on. Flare rudder touchdown is my understanding. Thord, yeah, it seems to turn itself into a crab when gently turning into the wind. And there's that damn dating site again. I just can't get rid of it. I keep reporting them and it just keeps coming. Thank you very much for removing it. Who's that there? Floppy D as always, thank you for removing that. I appreciate that, big star. Yeah, so yeah, it seems to turn itself into a crab. Yeah, and you keep the center line in between your legs, okay, all the way down, and then you gently turn into the wind. Well, yeah, into the wind. Use the rudder to straighten up just before the touchdown, but you got to put the wing into wind, otherwise you'll float off the center line. Now I can't confirm if it's the same with these or not. You know, I don't know. Let's get ready for our departure, because we're coming up now to our descent point. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slow down a bit. Now I shouldn't be doing this. I know this much, because I had a cost index of 99. I'm going to go to a cost index of 20 just to slow us down, because no one's going to go 99, are they? That's going to start slowing us down. Because, you know, the Airbuses are very slippy, so you're coming down, it's just it won't be able to keep the descent, because you just accelerate, and you can't accelerate too much, so you'll be above your profile. So I'm just going to slow down a little bit. Really, I should be using the speed controls here. Okay, cruise, boob. Let's get our destination data in here. Let's be quick about it. Let's be quick about it, folks. QNH, and our destination is $299. How can I change this? That's the problem I have here. What's the QNH? 299er. Okay, so maybe I can put in 2990. 29.90. Yes, I can. The temperature 13 degrees. 14 degrees in San Francisco. They're cold. Magnetic wind in the ground. 304 knots. 300 slash down 04 300.04. Let's just check that. 300.04, yeah, that's correct. I'm going to put 200 in the radio. I haven't done any of that stuff yet. Next phase is good. So that's the approach. Rad nav, we're going to have our frequencies coming up here now. Let's just check where we are. We're good. We're at 60 miles out before our descent, so we've got plenty of time actually. And we can change that as we come down. So select approach. The approach is looking good. I was happy with the approach. I've done that. MCDU performance page. QNH temperature, wings, transition altitude minimums, and landing config is set. Descent, we're not there yet, so I'm a bit ahead of myself. Is that all we got to do in the cruise checklist, really? I have no doubt that there's lots more to do in the real thing. Do you know, checking all the stuff and things, you know. Fuel, 700 on the outside, the inside there, that's fine. The fuel system is another thing I want to learn about. Because I want, you know, if I'm going to be having engine failures and stuff like that, I want to be cross-feeding and all that kind of stuff. There's a fuel system there. It looks very simple. You know what? And happy days. Simple. You know, simplicity is the art of sophistication. Yep, keep it simple. Simplicity is the art of sophistication, folks. I'm telling you. I used to work in IT before I just walked out of that job. Yeah, I was writing a script in Unix, and I was in Sydney as a contractor anyway, and I kept my scripts very simple, and I had little notes on them about what I was doing in the code. So this is doing this, this is doing that, because if someone behind me comes in after me, they'll go, oh, I understand that, because Unix scripting can be very, very, very cryptic. I know, fair dues to you if you can do crazy stuff. Now, it was to do with transferring a little file from a database for a bank, and I kept it simple. It was only a small little thing. I think I was taking the text and changing the dates and making a report or something. Anyway, doesn't matter what it was. So I had this other chap come to me, goes, yes, your script is too long, and it'll take up time. It'll take longer to run. I'm going, this is 2000, year 2000. So I was going, okay, well, yes, this script runs once every half hour for a point whatever of a second, and yours runs for point something of a second faster. So what? So yes, but it's not efficient. I said, well, it is efficient because the person behind me, there was a few of us talking, the person behind me will be able to read. They don't have to be an expert on scripting like you are. And I said he's a very clever person and you're very good and it's genius, I'll need you in the future. But he persisted. Yes, but you know, that's not the way. So it was a simple script, and I said, look, I'm keeping it simple because the person that comes in behind me will understand, and everybody will understand what's happening. I don't want it so one person understands everything and hogs the information from everybody else, because that's what happens in IT. You get information hoggers because they want, you know, they want to be the bee's knees. So anyway, there was a bit of a chuckle. Oh, it's such a simple script. I said, well, simplicity is the art of sophistication. And there's a bit of, oh, come on, nonsense. And I said, I didn't make that up, mate. Leonardo da Vinci made that up. It's not my quote. And then that was the end of that. Yeah, simplicity is the art of sophistication. There's some fog there, look. We're getting into the foggy area of the San Francisco Bay Area, folks. We're getting there. Okay, let's get ahead of myself here and let's start thinking. Can we change this from... Can we not change this from... American, you know? No. Let's get the QNH to San Francisco. It just makes it easier for me. Cool. is that? It's 29.9 standard because I'm not used to using inches of mercury. Is that 1013 in QNH? Oh look, sure look, I can change it here from inches of mercury to I can put it in inches of mercury. Great, okay, so that's made it very easy actually. So if I hit this button, it'll go for inches of mercury to hectopascals. Happy days, that's great. Okay, no big deal there. That's fine, we'll wing that. Coming to our descent. So on our descent, we're going to come down to the... I'm just going to get it set off to coming down to our approach. And our approach is... 28 right. 3,000 feet, 1,800 feet, okay. Because we're coming off the sea, I guess. 1,800 feet. So I'm going to put it down to 1,800 feet and I'll worry about the rest. And the constraints may look after the rest, okay? So I'm going to put it down to 1,800 feet. There we go. 1,800 feet. That's one thing. Let's have a look at the rad nav and make sure we got the right frequencies. So our frequency for the approach is a Cat 3. Someone asked me to do an auto landing there. I think it is Cat 3. Yes, it's Cat 3. We might do we'll do an auto landing if you like, folks. Let me know if you don't want that to happen or you do. Let me know in the chat there. So ILS is 111.7, 111.7. That is correct. Approach course is 284 and it says 285. It's always 1 degree out. I don't know why. Maybe it's too magnetic. I don't know. 284. That's all good. And I don't have to worry about the radios. Now this approach you can program in, right? So you know that'll be fun to do. I haven't done that yet. I've done a hold out this morning. Easy. Who's to know? But you got to get the published hold points, don't you? You know, but you can hold anywhere, and we can do a Cat 3. Happy days. That's that all set. Happy days. A flight plan. We have 106 miles to go. Jeepers. Jesus, have I missed my descent here? Shit, I have. Oops. 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 Now I'm going to be too high. No, not flaps, you fool. Spoilers. Now the throttle's at idle. There's not a lot I can do. You know, not a lot I can do. Oh, we're okay though. We're okay. We're okay. Okay, I didn't need to do that, just a little. So we're okay, that was close. That little zigzag there says we're back on profile. That's when we'll be back on profile. Okay, let's keep ahead of things now because I know I've had a long day and I've been quite tired. Let's go out to... Okay, so we're coming down, we're on profile, we're in speed and happy days. I just a little bit past, that's okay, more drag it says here, but that was from before. That's cleared. Good. Fine. So no biggie. Descent. Check this. FCDU altitude descent push. Safety belt sign. Let's get the safety belts on for the peeps. Boom. Anti-ice as there's no clouds. Barometric reference set when I am less than 10,000 feet. Landing lights on and QNH. So 18,000 feet, folks, is the transition altitude. And that is when we go to on America 2990. 29.90 on the inches of mercury. Happy days. What else I got to do? This is something else I got to be doing. Anyone? Any suggestions? Let's have a look at the chat. Now we've got a good bit of a descent to go. I'm going to have a look at the chat now. Just let me get rid of my camera momentarily. There we go. I'll leave Buttons cam on there. And we'll see if she gets up. Usually, I think she detects my voice when I'm on approach. I'm just going to hop out for a second. Out of my chair, that is. Let's look outside. Yeah. Oh, good. You can see the clouds there in San Francisco. We might do cut 3. Let's have a look at the chat. Flight planes, looks like I've been using the rudder pedals in final when I shouldn't. Yes, you're correct. Don't use the rudders. I just don't use the rudders. I heard rumours years ago that they go through these weird recruitment. This is when I was looking for the airlines, you know. And they go to these weird phases. It went out that they weren't hiring people who had flown small aircraft, because that's where you've started, or they had too many hours in the small aircraft. You have too many hours. Because some training captain felt that they were using the rudders. And it's just pathetic, because you're a pilot. You can be trained to use different types of airplanes, you know. But don't use the rudders, yeah. In larger jets, yes. In small airplanes, you're always using the rudders, yeah. Especially tail draggers. Good stuff. Flight plan says Gripper Xbox 711 Black Box 711 is a real A320 pilot, and he has worked on the Fenix. Yeah, I think he was on the channel actually. He has videos on the systems of the airplane on his website. Great, I'll look up that then when I get my moorings back, you know. Third, when the spoilers deploy, does the spoiler lever stay armed in the armed position, or is it supposed to move to full? As far as I'm aware, right? When it's armed, it'll retract on landing, okay? They'll dump the lift, they'll come up and dump the lift, because you want to get the weight of the aircraft, the wheels of the ground, so you can brake. You have to put it back manually after landing. But if I do it manually here, it won't go back up itself. It's not automatic, I've got to put it up myself. That's a fact. I hope that answers the question. I'm not the most qualified person, but that's what I've been using. Torge Overbottom says, Gripper, you talked about the importance of learning new skills when getting older. I've just invested in the Alpha Yoke and rudder pedals after using a joystick for a while. Do you know what, Torge? You know what? I was saying there, I watched this nonsense. Well, it's not nonsense. I watched this stuff, scientific stuff on TV, right? And you're absolutely right, because if you go back to back in the day to like our grannies, the intelligent ones that lived for a long time were always playing patience and cards and looking up crossword puzzles, and they live forever. So flight sim is not far off that with the jet here. You know, it's that far off, you know. You got to make decisions, you got to think, and you can make it harder and easier for yourself. It's a bit of fun, and it's true. I'm 100% convinced. It's a scientific fact, and moreover, you know, the reason we retire at 65, right, is you get a little bit slower, a little bit, but that the reason you get a little bit slower. Now you do get slower when you get very, very, very old. I understand that, but at 65, you know, you're a little bit slower, and that, you know, you're old. If you're doing all your work, it's not about being slow, but you can keep your brain going. And I've proved this to myself, at least, with some exams. Your brain is a muscle, and what happens is you've had the same job for 40, 50 years, and you don't really learn any new stuff. Because, you know, it's money for old rope, isn't it? Great, you know? And I've seen this many times, that you can, if you use it, you get more intelligent, and I swear to God it's true, and it's scientifically proven. So, look at, I just barely passed my leaving cert. I didn't bother until the last 2 years. When I passed, those are high school exams, right? And then years, so many years later, I went to do my ATPLs. Now, in America, they're not so hard, but in Europe, they're really difficult. And I went to the worst place possible to do my air transport pilot's license exams. In London, in England, under the Civil Aviation Authority there. And you know what the English are like. And even the head of training said they're the hardest exams in the world. And I was no person to be doing those exams. Everyone thought I'd fail, they were all laughing. And at the beginning, it was a shaky start. I started very badly. And I knew I'd start badly, and I was going to take a risk on myself. But then I got more and more intelligent. I could retain stuff, because I was studying every day, constantly, memorizing stuff. I read a book on how to study, and I was just incredibly intelligent for a couple of years, you know. And I know I can do it again if I put my mind to it, and you just get cleverer. Like after that, I did my driving test over here, or no, it was in London, and I got 100%, you know. I just read the book, and I got 100%, and that would never have happened before, so it's very true. Your brain is a muscle, just like anything else. And start badly, prepare to start badly. But it's great news you got the sticks, though. You're absolutely right, and you're going to have fun with it, because it is a hobby, you know. It is a hobby, and it's a good hobby to have, you know. And if your wife goes, "Oh, you're on that again," I often say this. I've got to pay attention here, folks. Let's go to standard now. Oh, look, it tells me. Happy days. Let's say we're clear down below. The 2990. I've got to be right with this now. 2990. 2990 once. Love of God. The love of God. 2990 twice. 2990 thrice. No, it's not exactly. QNH is set. Landing lights on. Safety belts are already on. They're on. We're a little bit high because we should be coming down a bit better than that, folks. Let's get my cameras in over here. A little bit high, a little bit fast, a little bit of drag perhaps. Very gently, I'm lowering the speed brakes here very gently, just for a moment. Okay, let's put the ILS on. Let's get my cameras organized here. Face cam, that cam, that cam. Oh, I switched off. No cam there. There we go. Okay, let's get my yoke organized here. There we go. I keep my hand on the on the brakes because it's too easy to forget. You know, that's why. No, that was a bit quick to take them up, but it's Flight Simulator. Now we're back on profile. Happy days. Everything's fine. Dandy. We don't have. We have an identifier, but we're not in the cone yet. 111.7. Let's confirm that. 111.7. 111.7 is confirmed. 284 once and 284 twice. Great. Okay, we're all good. Two brakes are off. We're coming in. We are now. We got an identifier there. We're 24.7 miles away, and we're going to start our approach in. Let's get the recorder working here. Oh, I love going into the clouds. I knew San Francisco would be a good idea. It's always foggy in San Francisco in the mornings, folks. Pretty much. Let's get our recorder for the landing in ahead of time. I think we're going to try a Cat 3. Recording is now on. And it's recording. Happy days. There's someone doing the loop. Straighten the camera there. Let's get a nice vantage when we go into the clouds. There we go. Let's get ready for landing. Let's get some checks in here. Set checklist. FCU attitude is set. Seatbelt signs on. Anti-ice is required. Parametric graphics is set. 1 order 10,000 feet landing lights on, which they are. Q&H is already set. What I'm going to do, I'm going to think ahead of myself now. ND range, reduce. I'm going to keep it there, reduce it as we go. Constraints display, constraints are on. So we're good now for 3,000 feet. We're 5,200 feet, that's good. Confirm ILS and course frequency, which I've done. Intercept heading, yeah. I'm going to hit, when we intercept, I like to do it this way, and this is old school, I guess. In half scale here, in between this dot and this dot and this dot and this dot, and then I like to activate the approach phase, which is the approach button, which is here, right? It's just one button. It's incredible. Localizer glide slope is fine. 10 miles out, flaps 1. Then I'm going to come back to 8 miles out, and I'm going to push flaps 2. Then after flaps 2, I'm going to lower the landing gear. I'm going to put the auto brake on. Why can't I put the auto brake on now? Put the auto brake on now with my controls. Auto brake is on to medium. Then we're going to roll the landing gear after flaps 2. Auto brakes on, nose light, runway, turn off light, spoilers to be armed. I'm going to do it now, just to take the weight off, you know. And then we're in, and then we got to worry about the parking. Taxiing. Oh, that's always difficult. Oh dear. Yep. So we're all good. Let's have a look at the view here. We are now 15 miles out. Just we're getting there. You know, when you see the clouds like this, you think you're incredibly high. You know? But we're not. It's San Francisco. I mean, I've had the little airplanes out here. I love bringing people up above the clouds if they're like 1,000, 2,000 feet, 3,000 feet. They think they're in a jet, you know? It's great. Believe me, there's a lot of clouds in Ireland. So we're a little bit, we're coming under the glide slope here, which pleases me. So what I'm going to do is, the minute we've got half scale, if I can use that term, I'm going to hit the approach button. I'm going to start doing my checks. Plenty of time. We're going to have no wind really to speak of, to worry about. Here we go. Here we come for the ILS here. Look, the minute that goes in there, I'm going to activate the approach go. Approach is armed. We've got it. I'm going to go Cat 3. See, it says here. What the deuce? Cat 3 radius of 200 feet. Cat 3 is... Boom. Isn't Cat 3 50 feet? No? Maybe I'll put the radio to 50 feet then, will I? Okay, so I know there's lots of chat happening here. Let's have a look. So we're on the ILS, we're now 10 miles out. I gotta go silent here, folks. Last look at the comments. Okay, you're all good. 2,500 feet now. Okay, so I gotta go sterile cockpit now, folks. Just want to get that bit when we go below the clouds and we get some eye count. Look at that. Oh, I like it. I like it. Okay. Sterile cockpit. Let's bring the ring in. Flaps 1. Flaps 200 knots. A little bit too fast. Just a little bit too fast. Flaps 2. Gear down. Gear's coming down. Oh, so sensitive. Where are you? I missed it. There you go. We'll get it on the cam. Flaps 3. Gears down. No lights. We're going to go for Cat 2. Cat 3, should I say?
1,000.
I don't know what to expect here. Feet on pedals. Hand on the throttles to bring reverse in. I'd like to find it manually, but let's try it. Someone asked me there this morning. Good. All good. Yeah, I want this to be a greaser.
500.
In fact, it's not up to me. What is going on here? Why? Ground spoiler not armed. I just armed it. Obviously, I pushed it back in again. Thank you for telling me, Mr. Computer. That's incredible from the Airbus. There we go. We're all good here now, and I'm managing everything. I love that approach. That is so cool over the water. Now, I don't know what you do here, folks. It lands for you and it flares for you, does it? Cat 3?
100 above. 100.
I'm ready with the controls here.
Minimum. 30.
Continue.
20. 10. Retard.
Okay, great. Bringing the throttle back now. Getting the center line.
A good landing is a landing you can walk away from.
That's unfortunate. It crashed just as we landed, folks. It crashed just as we landed. What a shame. What an absolute pain in the ass. Why, Microsoft? Why? 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 I have no idea why that was. But we knew it was a good landing. I knew it was a good landing. Now, there's nothing I can do to get that replay back, is there? Because it's going to stop. It's just going to stop, so I know, Clappy D, I know. Microsoft have got to fix this stuff, folks. You know? They keep fixing stuff and breaking more stuff. Do you know? And it's crashing in Dublin as well. And I'm sure if I look it up... people will be complaining about it. Do you know? Do we really have to? I'll just get rid of FS Realistic there. It's such a disappointment because I'd just like to roll out there. I really would have liked it after all that, you know. What a pity. What a pity. Let's have a look here with everyone else is saying here. I go from the bottom up. Brendan Barry says, oh, Flyplane says, oh. Clappy D says, nice landing as well, though. Right there with you, Grip, says Lord Thornton, you know. Ah, no, says Clappy D. Flyplanes, yeah. I'll add some null zones. Oh, you're talking about your joysticks there. So that is such a shame, folks. It really is such a shame. It seems like I don't get to land this time. The sim completely freezes, and I have been for 5 minutes now. Do a nice one for me. That's Lord Overbottom. He's having problems as well with the crashes. I think they have sneaky updates in Microsoft Flight Sim, folks, you know. And I'm not impressed with that at all. Oh, thank you so much. Now I know this is clever. Digov Visas 81. Thank you very much for following. I appreciate it. Welcome to the madness, all of you folks who've just joined us. We've never had 50 viewers at this point of the stream, so you know, do follow or keep an eye on the channel. Hit the like button if you're on YouTube. Do hit the like button. There's nothing I can do about that. I'd be thinking of starting up the sim. It takes ages to start up the sim, but I'll be on again on Sunday. Right. So here's the thing. Sunday's 2100 hours. That's 9 o'clock in the evening Irish time. Okay, that's good for America. And 5 o'clock in the evenings, just like we did this evening on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm temporarily going to suspend the 11 o'clock streams temporarily in the morning in Irish time, and I'll throw it out to Twitch. Remember, I'm on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and at the Discord as well. So you'll see it if you just look up GripperSim. And then I'll post out the schedule there. It's just temporary. The reason being, I want to learn more about the Airbus. I want to have problems, and I want to fly the 737, and I have a few other ideas about the channel. So I just need time besides work as well. Well, that's just temporary. So, folks, thank you very much for watching. What else can I tell you? You know, Craig Easy says, I hate it when it crashes to desktop. It's done it to me while taxiing from Gatwick several times last weekend. Yeah, it's happening a lot now, more than ever, really. Clappy D, thank you very much for putting in the Discord there on YouTube. I'll copy that and put it into Twitch. Clappy D, you are the hero of the day. The hero of the day. I was delighted with Fabio joining us there. That's great. He'd be the person I would like to learn from, you know. He looks like a great guy. You know, he seems like a great guy. Now let's have a look at the Twitch. DCS Ducks. I have my Fridays off for the rest of the year, so I was sleeping long today. I missed the first stream. Okay, so that suits you, DCS Ducks, you know. By the way, I got your message. I'm just too busy to reply to it. I'll get to it. It's about the track IR. So folks, what else can I just see the comments here? How are you? They're chatting amongst yourselves. They're great. Loads of there. I'm just terrified of missing someone. Josh Benson, welcome. Josh, how are you doing? It is the A320 from Fenix, by the way. Sorry. Thank you, Lonely Reaper. Oh, nice one. Now, folks, don't forget to join the Discord because it is a very friendly community if you're not a member of one already. And thanks to Fabio. And also thanks to... Where are you? Carl Forks. Thank you very much, Carl Forks 85 as well. So thanks to Fabio and all you who've joined. And I will see you in the Sunday stream with Colonel Clink. And we're going to do some crazy GA flying. Very dangerous. I don't take it seriously. And I always find myself in very dangerous situations. I go, oh my God, that could happen in real life. Do you know? Which is fantastic. So folks, sorry for this, the crash in the stream, but at least we touched down nice and gently, and it was a Cat 3. It seems to work. All I had to do is put in the reverse thruster, stop and taxi and look at the replay. Sorry for that. So folks, guess what? Thank you all so much. This has been a great stream for me, and it's a joy. It inspires me to keep going when you all follow like that. Thank you so much, Fabio and Carl Forks. I appreciate it, and all of those of you who joined there. We will see you very, very, very soon.